Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Be Your Best. My name is Josh Clark, and today we're going to talk about my 3 biggest takeaways from the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. It's a best-selling book that sold over 15 million copies, and I've just finished reading it again, and I'm excited to share this with you. Number 1. Give honest and sincere appreciation. Charles Schwab said, I consider my ability to arouse enthusiasm among my people to be the greatest asset I possess. And the way to develop the best that is in a person is by showing sincere appreciation and encouragement. Let me ask you, how much does it cost, you and I, to take a moment to show appreciation for other people in our life, starting with our spouse, our children, our coworkers? And the answer is very little. But yet it can make the biggest difference in other people. It can literally change their day. It may even save their life. You never know what somebody's going through in the moment. Dale Carnegie said one of the most neglected virtues of our daily existence is showing appreciation to others. There's an old saying that says, I shall not pass this way but once. Any good, therefore, that I can do, or any kindness that I can show to any human being, let me do it now. You know, you and I possess the power to change other people's lives, to make a great difference in the world around us through simple acts of showing sincere and honest appreciation for others. Number 2 is be genuinely interested in other people. Listen and talk in terms of their interests. You know, this is one of those lessons that I had to learn the hard way. I started a business when I was 18 years old, and I was selling products that I genuinely believed in and was very passionate about because they turned my mother's health around 4 years prior. And in the midst of my enthusiasm and my conviction that everybody needed these, I found myself trying to get people interested in me and convince them versus showing interest in others. Once finally this light bulb went off in my head, it changed everything in terms of my success in helping others, success of my business, and the fulfillment and the enjoyment that I had in building my business. But you know what? Even though I learned it then, and in a big way, I still have to constantly remind myself daily to be quick to hear and slow to speak. And that's a scripture that's in James 1:19. You know, Dale Carnegie says you can make more friends in 2 weeks by being genuinely interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying to get people interested in you. A telephone study found that the most commonly spoken word was the word I. I did this. Let me tell you about my weekend. You know, let me tell you about what I'm excited about. Whatever it is, I. But what if we turned it around and we became focused on other people? You know, both in our friendships, in our business, listening, discovering needs that you can fill, and then speaking in terms of their interest. You'll find that it'll make all the difference in the world. One of my favorite verses in Philippians 2:4, it says, look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others. All right, now the third takeaway from the book for me was this: smile constantly and be cheerful and enthusiastic. You know, Abraham Lincoln said most people are about as happy as they make up their minds to be. You may say, well, Josh, how can that be? I'm more like Eeyore. I don't have the enthusiasm, that others may have. But let me tell you something. You actually have much more control over your feelings than you might believe. Philosopher William James said, action seems to follow feeling, but really, action and feeling go together. And by regulating the action, which is under the more direct control of the will, we can indirectly regulate the feeling that is not. In other words, just because you don't feel cheerful, just because you don't feel enthusiastic, by choosing to smile, by choosing to act enthusiastic, even when you don't feel like it, oftentimes the feeling will follow. Think about it with your spouse. You may not be feeling all lovey-dovey, but if you choose to say, I love you, honey, and you choose, love is a choice, oftentimes the feelings quickly follow. And so the challenge for us this week is to give honest, sincere appreciation. In fact, not just this week, but I want to challenge you for 30 days to write these 3 things down everywhere, in your car, on your mirror, your reminders on your phone, to take a moment to give honest and sincere appreciation to others, and then listen at least twice as much as we talk, and then third, smile constantly. Choose to act enthusiastically, and you'll be surprised how many friends you gather, the friendships that you'll build, the people that want to be around you, and how you're able to influence others. And that's really what leadership is all about. It's not a position. It's about earning the right to influence others by being genuinely interested, loving, caring, and serving others. So let's go out there and do that, and together we can make a super, ultra awesome, fantastic day. Now, if this video has encouraged you, you take a moment to share it with your friends and family, and together we can be a catalyst to change the world one person at a time. You can view other episodes like this by downloading my podcast at Be Your Best with Josh Clark, or going to my blog, beacatalyst.com. God bless.